Hello students, welcome to a lesson through the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher, and in this lockdown period, since we are not able to go to school, children, we will be doing many lessons here online through the virtual class. So come on, let's proceed to our lesson for today.
Students, let me welcome you back to school. But you know that this year there is a little bit of an issue with going to school physically, isn't it? So what we are going to do now is we will try and learn by watching these videos. Alright? So my name is Shraddha teacher, and I will be the person who will teach you history, geography as well as English. Alright? So come on, let us go and try and see today what we have to learn in social studies this year. So today's lesson is based on social studies. So you all know, children, that in social studies we have two subjects. One is history and the other one is geography. So since this is the first lesson in social studies for us this year, let us look at the textbook quickly. So this is our history textbook for this year. Okay, so when we do a lesson in history, we will talk in more detail about the history textbook. Today we will be doing a lesson in geography. So let us take a look at our geography textbook. So children, here is the front page and the back cover page of your geography textbook. Now if you open the textbook and if you go in and see the lessons, you will see that most of the lessons are confined to geography, which is physical geography as well as human geography. Okay, we are going to learn about movements of the earth, we are going to learn about precipitation, that is rainfall. In human geography, we are going to learn about trade, we are going to learn about communication and transport, and we will learn about tourism also. Now children, let us first look at what our lesson will be for today. So today we are going to learn the lesson which is the first lesson in your geography textbook, and the name of the lesson is distributional maps. Now before we go and talk about distributional maps, we are going to talk about what are maps in general and what are the different types or kinds of map. Okay, now this lesson is a long one. Alright, in your textbook, if you go through your textbook, you will see that this lesson is a rather long lesson, and we will not be able to complete this in today's part of the teaching. So what we are going to try and do is we will divide it up into 2 or 3 parts. So in the first part today, we will talk about maps in general and distributional maps in particular. So children, what are maps? What do you understand by maps? We have been learning geography since the 6th standard now. So we all know that there are various tools which are used in geography. We can also call it as themes of geography. There are various things which you learn, which you use in order to learn geography, isn't it? For example, when you want to learn a language, then you learn grammar in the language, you learn prose in the language, you learn poetry in the language. When you want to learn something in science, then you make use of various methods, isn't it? You do observation, you go to the laboratory and you do various kind of experiments. In the same way, when you want to learn geography, there are certain tools that you use in order to learn geography. For example, you make use of maps, you make use of charts, you make use of graphs, tables, and observation is also a very important part of learning geography. See, you can see the various words which I gave you now. There are pictorial representations of these words on the screen for you. So see, these are the charts or the graphs that we use. See here, you can see a graph, you can see a graph and a chart over here. Here you can see a person observing something. Now you can If you look carefully, you will see this white pointer moving on the screen, alright? So in any lesson, when I want to highlight something, I will be making use of this pointer, you can say. Okay, so see, there are so many things that we use in order to learn geography. Now, one of them is the maps. Now, look at this. This is a kind of a map, alright? In this map, if you look carefully, you will be able to locate our country also. See, here we are in India. Now, what do maps do? What are the uses of maps? So, very shortly, in short, let us try and understand. So, maps give us a lot of information. Okay? Information about countries, information about boundaries of countries, information about capitals of countries, information about various physical features, where are the mountains located, where do you have deserts, where are the seas. All this information is given by maps. So one of the main, you can say, function or one of the main uses of maps is providing information. Maps are also used to analyze the locational distribution. What is the meaning of analyzing locational distribution? There are certain things which are available in India, whereas there are certain other things which are available in some other parts of the world. Okay, so geography, when you learn, you understand about the distribution, about where things are distributed on the earth, etc. So that is the meaning of analyzing locational distribution. Then you also talk about understanding spatial patterns when you learn geography, and when you learn maps in geography specifically, it helps you to understand spatial patterns. Spatial is a word which is related to space. Now let us look at a small example over here. See the circle that you have two circles here on the screen for you. Now, these two circles are two spaces. Now when you learn geography, you try to understand the differences in structure of these two spaces, the difference in placement of various objects in these two places, the arrangement of objects in these places. Okay, so you learn geography, you understand these things better. You can now come to the next point. We are doing the introduction to the first lesson now. So let us look at the various types of maps. So just recently now in the lesson we saw what are the uses of maps, and while introducing the lesson I also told you that maps are of various different types. So let us take a quick look at what the different types of maps are. So here on the screen itself for you, you will be able to see 4 different types of maps, isn't it? So let us see what their names are, and then we will also see what are the types of maps that we are going to study specifically in this particular lesson. So the 3 different types of maps broadly are physical maps. Okay, physical maps. We will look at the meaning of these 3 types of maps also in short now. Then you have political maps, and finally you have thematic maps. Okay, physical maps, political maps and thematic maps. Now children, in the younger classes we have looked at maps as a topic. We have not gone into details about what are the types of maps and what are the different, even in physical maps you will find different types of maps. Okay, today's topic, let me tell you, or the lesson that we are talking about today is related to the thematic maps. Okay, so let us look quickly at what are physical maps. Now see, there is no need for me to explain. When you look at the image itself, it is self-explanatory. So physical maps, you will see physical features of a place. Alright, for example, this is a physical map of India. You will see places like Himalayas, the Thar desert, you will see the Aravali and the Vindhyas, which are the mountains. See the Satpura mountain range, the Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats. You will also be able to see the plateaus here. So we have the Deccan Plateau. Pay attention to the arrow moving on the screen. You have the Deccan Plateau, you have the Chota Nagpur Plateau. You will be able to see the various deserts here. See the Ran of Kutch, this is a desert. The Thar, this is a desert. Okay. So in physical maps, when you want to learn about the physical features of a particular place, you take the help of these physical maps. Coming to the next kind of maps, political maps. So even though we say that all the people on earth are one and we are one world, we all know that in reality we are divided into different countries. These particular countries are again subdivided into different states, into districts, etc. If you want to learn more about these man-made divisions of land, you make use of these political maps. Now this is a political map of India. Now recently there have been some changes as far as some states are concerned. So this is not the very latest map, okay? But this is a map which is being shown as an example of a political map. In this you will see the various states. Let us locate where we are right now. We are here in Maharashtra. In this you will be able to see the various states in our country in different colors, isn't it? And if you look at the information here, there are pieces of information like which is the capital of a state and which is the international boundary, which are the state and the union territory boundaries, etc. Now we come to the map which we have to learn in today's lesson, and that is the thematic maps. So when we are going to learn about the distribution maps, when we learn about distribution maps, again we will be learning about three different kind of maps, that is the dot method map, the choropleth method map, and the isopleth method maps, which are all parts of thematic maps. Okay, so what is a thematic map now? A thematic map is nothing but a map which focuses on a particular theme. So you have a particular map which shows population, you have a particular map which shows distribution of resources, etc. Okay?
So children, wasn't that a wonderful video? And did you enjoy watching it? So if you want to watch more such videos in future, then please like this video and also subscribe to our channel, the MCGM Portal for Education, and also hit the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video here. Thank you so much for now. Let's meet again soon.